This is my Shakespeare monologue, and I will be playing Henry V in Henry V by William Shakespeare. Once more unto the breach, dear friends. Once more. Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace. There's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the actions of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood. Disguise fair nature with hard-favoured rage, then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Let pry through the portage of the head like the brass cannon. Let the brow overwhelm it as fearfully as doth a galled rock. O'erhang and jutty his confounded base, swilled with the wild and wasteful oceans. Now set the teeth, and stretch the nostril wide. Hold hard the breath, and bend up every spirit to his full height. On, on, you noblest English, whose blood is fet from fathers of warproof. Fathers that, like so many Alexanders, have in these parts from morn till even fought, and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonour not your mothers. Now attest that those whom you called fathers did beget you, and teach them how to war. And you, good yeoman, show us here the mettle of your pasture. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not. For there are none of you so mean and base that hath not noble lustre in your eyes. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slip, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirits, and upon this charge cry, God for Harry, England, and St. George! Hello, my name is Lyle Pearson, and I'm originally from Somerset. Right now I'm currently in Essex, because I've just finished my course at East 15. But what I've been doing recently is I have been skateboarding. So during quarantine, I wanted to pick up something a bit more physical to get me outside. So I've always loved the idea of skateboarding, so I just did it. And I impulse bought a skateboard. And I have loved every second of it. I loved it. Another thing which I've been doing during quarantine is music. I have been playing my instruments, so I play the acoustic guitar, the electric guitar, the bass, and a tiny bit of the ukulele. But I've been playing them and then putting them into an app called Band Labs, where I layer them up and then I create music, and I've been loving doing that. What I've been able to do during quarantine though is that, because I found it's very easy to just sleep in and not do anything, so I came up with this idea: why not create like video logs, so that when I look back I can at least say I've done something. And for the past few months I've been doing daily video logs, and it's been great. It not only has it got me something that I can look at and see perfectly, I also feel like I'm back in that moment, and I can hear the wind, I can see everything, and it just takes me back, and I love it. I love it so much, and that's actually part of the reason why I showed a video of me doing Henry V a few months back, because I was going through stuff then. That was actually at the beginning of quarantine, just when quarantine, the lockdown had set in. And Henry V is going through struggles, he's tired and whatnot, and how I was feeling then, it was a lot like that. I was struggling, I was tired, and I felt like no one was around me, no one would support me, unfortunately. It's getting deep. But I love that. I love that because it brings me back to how I felt, and just by watching a video, it's there, it's set in stone, and I, as myself, can view that and see that, and I pray that an audience can see that too. But that's why I love films. I love films because it's like a documentary for me, and it's a film for someone else. And it's fantastic how something can do that. On a bigger scale though, why I love acting and films and everything is because it connects people. Whilst during quarantine I haven't been able to see theatre, but what I have been able to do is watch films. I've been able to watch series, and really it's been a saving grace because I can feel the emotions the actors feel in the films, and if that's happiness, then I feel happy. If it's sadness, I can feel a bit of sad, and I really love that because as an actor, I want to connect people, I want people to feel, and as for myself, it allows me to feel, it allows me to connect to how I felt and carry that on and remember that and carry that on with who I am. And I love that.